Certainly the beginning of that process is better than what we had just a few months ago, the saber rattling, even the threats of war. Do you worry, though, that there is perhaps an unintended consequence here of elevating Kim Jong Un to the international stage?
I don't think so. I've heard a lot of people say that, but you got to deal with the leader. I mean, let's be very real about it. I think we got to be pragmatists too. If we think back again until Secretary Pompeo, the U.S. Secretary of State, met with Chairman Kim, really the only U.S. citizen that had really met with Kim Jong Un was Dennis Rodman. And I think we need to move forward. Maybe there's some great things maybe that'll come out of that, but I think we need to really get serious. And leaders have to talk to leaders. As I think about even where we are in Singapore, I think the other real winner out of this, to be quite frank, and we can say it right now, is Singapore. I think back to when China itself was evolving, and then its then paramount leader, Deng Xiaoping, made a visit to Singapore. But look at the rule of law and all that Singapore has accomplished. And I hope Kim Jong Un and his stroll through Singapore last night took that away too.
Yes. Curtis, we were talking a little bit earlier on in the program with my colleague Martin about Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's comments overnight. He said that the U.S. could be willing to offer some security assurances that would be different from previous administrations. He didn't give any details on that. But what would that ultimately look like? Because we know the U.S. is under a lot of pressure not to give away too much.
Again, I think we're going to have to really wait and see what happens today. But very clearly, one of the issues, if you're Kim Jong Un, is how do you ensure, to be honest, his very survival? I mean, this is such a unique moment in history. And it was driven by, of course, Trump, Kim Jong Un, but also what is South Korea doing? If you think back again about the last year, it was Moon from South Korea that really made some of the initial steps to invite the Koreans down to the Olympics and to move it forward. And I think if South Korea is also reassured of its safety, maybe there's some movement that we can move forward.
Is the nuclear weapon arsenal more important to them than getting some economic relief when it comes to securing their safety?
I think the United States president has been made very clear that is the ultimate end goal. Sanctions are going to remain until North Korea moves forward. If you look back to the history of these negotiations, I saw one CNBC report, they described it as a history of lies.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.